inspiration and encouragement is brewing. Welcome to the Tea Time with Tan podcast, where you experience innovative solutions and creative ideas designed for your colossal dream success. Let's sip. Here's your host, Tan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tea Time with Tan podcast show. I'm your host, Tan Tate. I am Tan Tate. I am a certified master life coach known as the Hope Coach, where hope is an acronym for helping others prevail every day. And here with this tea, that's what we want to do. We want to bring hope to you. Be a deposit of hope in you. We're founded off of Hebrews 11:1, where it talks about how now faith is the evidence of things hoped for. So it all begins with hope. So I'm asking you today, what are you hoping for? What are you believing for? What are you faithing for? Now here, I want to welcome all of our first-time listeners. Hello, first-time listeners. Welcome. This is the tea that's good for the mind, body, and soul. And hello to the Tea Time with Tan fam. Thank you guys for rocking with me for as long as you have been. I'm going to ask that you share, comment, like, whatever platform you're on, give a review, do something for the Tea Time with Tan podcast show. Now, we begin every episode with what I like to call a get it together moment. That's right, a get it together moment. It's where you take time, 30 seconds, 60 seconds to get it together. Clear your mind. Get your Tea Time with Tan journal so you can take notes as you're sipping the tea. And then we'll begin this week's episode. So let's take that break, and I'll see you on the other side of the 30 or 60 seconds, however long we take. Be right back, guys. All right. I'm back. It's your host, Tan Tate. Listen, if you'd like to learn more about my journey, how I got to the place that I am, I invite you to go check out my website. It's iamtantate.com. That's iamtantate.com. Today, we're going to be talking about giants. And I want you to know that there is a giant slayer. That's right. Giants are still being slayed today. But let's first identify some giants that you may be facing. Perhaps it's the giant of depression, the giant of loneliness, the giant of low self-esteem, the giant of hopelessness. Whatever your giant is, I want you to know that there is a giant slayer. You could also be facing the giant of parenting, the giant of being a wife or a husband in a relationship. Whatever that giant looks like in your life, I want you to know that there is a giant slayer. So I'm here today with some encouragement and with some tips on how you can best work with the giant slayer. Of course, the giant slayer is God. He's bigger, greater than anything that you are facing. He's bigger. He's greater than anything that you're facing. Any giant that you're facing, whether it's finances, homelessness, whatever it is you're facing, God is bigger. Over in Romans 8:28, it reminds us that everything works together for our good. Sometimes we have to take the blinders off. We have to be willing to see the good in every situation. And you may think that I'm crazy. Even in my daughter's tragic death, I still was able to see the good. I still was able to walk away and say I'm wiser, I'm stronger, I'm better. Does that mean that I don't miss her? Absolutely not. Guys, I miss my daughter every day. Another giant. Grief. Whew, I'm so glad that giant was slayed in my life, because there was a time when it was drowning me. So whatever grief, whatever giant that you're facing, again, I say, we have a giant slayer. So let's talk about ways that you can work with the giant slayer. Number one, what are you confessing? What words are coming out of your mouth? What are you saying? Is your language of defeat or is it of faith? What are you speaking? You have the ability to speak life over you. In Proverbs, it tells us that there is life and death in the power of the tongue. So I'm encouraging you today, be mindful of what you're speaking. Speak life. Before you say it, ask yourself, now is this going to help me or keep me where I'm at? And then make the decision, make a healthy choice to either not say it or speak life. An example of speaking life. I am a champion. I am a winner. I am a champion. I am a winner. Excuse me, you guys. Y'all know sometimes I get tongue-tied. But winner. Number two, what's your support system? Who are you surrounding yourself with? If you're going around with the same old circle, you're going to get the same old results. If you are the strongest person in the circle, it's time for you to level up and get a new circle. The people in your circle, are they depositing hope into your life? Are they depositing negativity? Are they toxic? Are you staying because you're like, well, I'm the only positive one, so this is where I need to be? No, you need to be with people who can work with you and help you level up to work with the giant slayer. We can't be saying, God, I'm expecting you to do this, but yet still our actions align with something else. No. Number three, what are you thinking? What thoughts do you let marinate in your mind? You have the right to cast down those thoughts that don't align with what you know you see need to happen. If you're dealing with the giant of loneliness and the thoughts in your mind is that you're going to always be alone, you got to be able to speak to that thought and say, no, I'm not. And you got to begin to see yourself in a healthy relationship. Speaking life, confessions. Thank you, God. I'm in a healthy, wholesome relationship. Thank you, God, for introducing me to my life mate, my partner, my husband, my wife. Thank you, God, for bringing me that BFF that I need. Because oftentimes we're praying to God for a mate when you should be praying to God for friends. Bringing the right people in your circle. Your support system is important. And listen, if you need professional help, you guys know, I'm an advocate for counseling, for therapy, for a life coach. Ding, 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 ding. Certified Master Life Coach right here. I am an advocate for you seeking help that you need. You know, I always say it's okay not to be okay. It's not okay not to get the help that you need. So to give a quick recap, number one, working with the giant slayer. First, we know God is the giant slayer. Second, we know we need to do our part. Your part consists of what are you speaking? What language is coming out of your mouth? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you seeking the support that you need? Those are your 3 action items. So listen, your words need to align with where you want to go, not where you're at, but where you're trying to get to. The people in your circle need to begin to deposit life into you, deposit hope into you. And remember here, hope is also an acronym for helping others prevail every day. Ask yourself, the people in your circle, do they do that for you? Do they do that for you? Do they bring hope? And not only to you, but to others. Or are they selfish? And lastly, get the support that you need, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically, professionally. Get the support that you need. You will not be defeated in this journey called life. You will live your purpose. You will live your destiny. You are successful. You are the head and not the tail. You are on top and not beneath. Listen, that giant, you can stand flat-footed and look at that giant and say, listen, finances, listen, health, listen, mind. Today, we are aligning ourselves with the master giant slayer. He's never lost a battle. He's never lost a battle. So, in closing today, I want to give you some inspiration on top of inspiration, some encouragement. When you are feeling defeated, because we keep it real here, and sometimes we feel that way, I encourage you to surround yourself with praise and worship. Let that worship music minister to you, to your mind, to your body, to your soul. And watch you walk away with a pep in your step. In my darkest of darkest moments, it was praise and worship that was the glimmer of light. And that's how hope began to show up. Every day, I listened to it endlessly until I was able to get out of it what I needed to get to the next place in my healing. So you guys go have a hope-filled day. Know that all your days are good. Some are just better. And until the next time, know that if God be for you, who or what can be against you? The giant has been slayed.